Niekto robiť ako jedno slovo, ale...
Ešte jedna vec, tá Bhagavad Gita, čo si dá sa anglicky, slovensku, veľmi potrebujem. Šopu? Všetkých vás tu vítam, srdečne dneska, som vám rada, že v takom hojmenom počtu sme sa stretli, dokonca aj s niektorými, ktorí tu boli už pred 2 týždňami na prednáške o reinkarnácii. Ale dneska budeme mať takú tému, ktorá sa bude volať karma. No a dovolte, aby som vám predstavila Donaldu Goswamiho, ktorý nám vlastne pricestoval z diaľky, je to cestujúci kazateľ a duchovný učiteľ. Takže Donalda Goswami Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribo.
Góvinda Maharaj sa narodil vo Veľkej Británii a bol v roku 1972 zasvetený Šilom Prabhupádom. Jeho duchovný učiteľ, neviem, či ste niektorí už čítali knižky, to je ten pán, ktorý je na druhej strane aj napríklad Bhagavad Gita, niektorí máte od neho knižky, takže táto osoba je Šila Prabhupád, vlastne pôvodne z Indie, ktorý priniesol toto učenie ved na západ. A Góvinda Maharaj dostal od neho v roku 1972 zasvetenie. No a vlastne v spoločnosti Hare Krishna, alebo inými slovami ISKCON, zastával rôzne zodpovedné funkcie. No a slúžil vo Veľkej Británii, v Afrike, v Malajzii, na Filipínach a hlavne na Novom Zélande. Cestuje okolo sveta a je členom spoločnosti, ktorá sa nazýva Kirtan Standards a má na starosti dohľad na udržanie správneho štandardu spievania mantier, kirtanu a tak ďalej. Góvinda Goswami má veľa duchovných realizácií a je takisto veľmi znalým učencom v týchto knihách, šastrách. No a k nám cestuje pravidelne, väčšinou raz za rok, niekedy sa stane, že aj dvakrát za rok. Máme ho väčšinou v Abranovciach, v našom centre, ale dneska sme ho pozvali aj do Góvindy. Takže ja vám prajem príjemnú prednášku, príjemný program. Budeme na začiatku trošku spievať ešte, potom bude prednáška a o 7 by mala byť hostina, na ktorú ste všetci pozvaní. Bude vegánska, pre tých, ktorí sú vegáni. Máme tu rôznych teda ľudí, rôzne druhy strávnikov. No a v podstate to tak všetko na konci prednášky alebo programu môžete aj prísť k nám do shopu, sú tam ružence, knižky a pozrieť sa niečo z filozofie, na filozofiu teda. A Maharaj vám povie trošku viac o tých knižkách. Takže príjemné počúvanie, tu bola otázka, či si môžete nahrávať na diktafón, môžete točiť, nahrávať, točiť čokoľvek. Takže všetko dobre prajem zatiaľ. A si nastavíme mikrofóny.
Kľúčan, môžeš mi pomôcť s tým nastavením tých mikrofónov? Prosím sa.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Haribo!
This is our, I think, second time coming here to this wonderful spot here in Prešov. I just said this is my second time here in this spot in Prešov.
Že teraz som druhýkrát tu na tomto mieste v Prešove.
Very happy to see you all here this evening.
Ja som veľmi rád, že vás tu všetkých vidím dneska večer.
I think Kalindi has already mentioned something about
Že myslím, že Kalindi už niečo povedala o mne.
And tonight we're going to share and maybe discuss a little bit about the topic of karma. Is that right? The topic of karma.
Dneska večer budeme trošku zdieľať a rozprávať o téme karma.
Does the word karma exist in the word?
Use karma.
So, before we start a little discussion, you already chanted very nicely.
Predtým, ako budeme diskutovať, My už sme pekne spievali mantru.
We'll just chat for a few minutes and then we'll discuss.
Takže pár minút budeme spievať a potom budeme diskutovať.
It's called a mantra, and the word mantra originates from the ancient Sanskrit language.
To slovo mantra, ono pochádza z starodávneho sanskritu, z jazyka sanskrit.
If the word is broken down, the word man means mana, refers to the mind or the consciousness of the living being.
Keď to slovo rozdelíme, tak man znamená myseľ alebo vedomie živej bytosti.
And the word tra refers to that which releases the mind, that which brings peace or freedom to the mind.
Duchovnú identitu.
You all have some understanding of our mental and physical identities.
My máme nejaké pochopenie našej mentálnej a fyzickej identity.
We may or may not believe that there is a spiritual entity or a spiritual being within this body.
A môžeme veriť tomu alebo nie, že existuje taká duchovná entita v tomto tele.
By definition, spiritual being means eternal. It means that spiritual entity continues even if this material body, when we should say, this material body no longer exists.
A tá duchovná entita, ona ďalej existuje, aj keď toto materiálne telo už ďalej neexistuje.
This mantra, depending again on our relationship or how much we absorb ourselves, but this mantra can also help us to understand the nature of that spirit.
Ale táto mantra, ona nám pomáha pochopiť povahu toho duchovna.
And to understand our eternal relationship with the divine.
A pochopiť svoj večný vzťah s božským.
And why we are here in this material world.
A prečo sme tu v hmotnom svete.
And how we can, what the best thing to do within this material world is.
A čo je najlepšia vec, ktorú môžeme robiť v tomto hmotnom svete.
This is also explained in a nutshell, you could say, in the Bhagavad Gita, this very concise text describing material nature.
Bhagavad Gita je taký veľmi koncentrovaný text, kde je vysvetlená hmotná príroda, reinkarnácia, karma,
time,
čas,
the living entity,
živej
the
bytosti,
supreme being.
najvyššia bytosť.
All these things are discussed and expanded on in this book, this Bhagavad Gita.
A v tejto knihe sú všetky tieto veci diskutované a rozvinuté. Je to starodávne poznanie.
Spoken 5,000 years ago, and even before that, it was written 5,000 years ago.
Ona bola napísaná 5000 rokov dozadu, ale ešte predtým existovala.
Mantra is a very common word nowadays.
A mantra to je dneska také známe slovo.
Not everybody understands the real deeper understanding or meaning of mantra.
Ale nie každý rozumie takému hlbšiemu významu mantry.
Same thing applies to karma. Same thing applies to karma.
To isté nerozumie každý tomu slovu karma.
Not everybody understands the meaning of karma.
Nie každý rozumie významu karmy.
How we are so much, say, monitored almost, guided by karma.
A akým spôsobom my sme vlastne vedení karmou.
This evening we'll try to discuss a little on that, but we'll start with this chanting, and we ask you please join in if you wish and taste for yourself.
Takže budeme o tom diskutovať, najprv budeme trošku spievať a prosím tiež sa do toho zapojte a sami potom zistíte a ochutnajte, že aké to je spievať mantru.
A little saying, maybe you have it here in Slovakia also, but in England they say the proof of the pudding, you know what pudding is?
Yes.
The proof of a pudding is in the eating.
Takže neviem, či tu máte také porekadlo na Slovensku, ale v Anglicku je také porekadlo, že dôkaz pudingu je v jeho zjedení.
Maybe we'll have some pudding later on, I don't know.
Možno budeme mať puding neskôr, ja neviem.
Pudding?
Varili ste nejaký puding?
Something better.
Niečo lepšie?
Maybe all know that we can say what we like about something, but it's what it is that counts.
Takže môžeme povedať, že máme niečo radi na niečom, ale je to také, aké to je.
I think the mantra is on the wall here.
Áno, tam je mantra na stene.
Is it there? On the
Yes.
wall? If you want to clap along, you're welcome.
Môžete aj tlieskať.
Very simple beat. 1, 2, 3. This chanting was first brought, in this movement at least, from the Western world to America, see, in 1965 by our spiritual master. Use the other one. Chanting came in 65.
V 65. prišlo toto spievanie.
Very simple. And it became very popular,
Je to veľmi jednoduché a stalo sa to veľmi populárne.
especially in 1970,
Hlavne v 70. rokoch,
when the Beatles, a famous music group from England, they were also chanting.
keď skupina veľmi takých známych a slávnych ľudí začalo tiež spievať túto mantru.
Together with some of the members of this Hare Krishna movement, they produced several records actually.
A členovia toho hnutia Hare Krishna, oni urobili viac takých nahrávok.
And very quickly all over the world, people had heard this Hare Krishna.
A všade okolo sveta ľudia videli a počuli túto Hare Krishna.
But it started very simply with our spiritual teacher who alone went to New York.
Ale ja som išiel do New Yorku,
He went on a cargo boat.
tento môj duchovný učiteľ, on prišiel do New Yorku na lodi vtedy.
He had no money with him.
A nemal s sebou žiadne peniaze.
He was 70 years old.
Mal 70 rokov
His body was not in good health.
a myslel si, že nemá dobre
And he went to
zdravie.
America,
A on išiel do Ameriky.
wandering the streets of New York.
A on sa tam túlal po tých uliciach New Yorku.
Sometimes he would sit down in a park.
Niekedy sedel v parku a
Hare
časoval
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And he was dressed like something like I am.
A on vyzeral tak ako ja.
Very strange for America.
Dosť tak čudne pre Američanov.
But so many people, they were fascinated by this chanting.
Ale veľa ľudí bolo fascinovaných týmto spievaním.
And then of course they were inquisitive
A tiež sa zaujímali o tom.
about the philosophy. What's behind it? Is there knowledge behind it?
Zaujímali sa o filozofiu, čo je za tým, či je za tým nejaké poznanie.
Actually, many people, they realized it's a very deep knowledge about life.
A veľa ľudí potom zistilo, že je to veľmi hlboké poznanie o živote.
Opening up many of the secrets, the hidden secrets, which we all would like to know.
Ktoré otvára veľmi veľa takých tajných tajomstiev, ktoré by sme vedeli vedieť. Chceli by sme vedieť odpoveď na nich.
Chant now. Please join in. I'll chant first.
Ja najprv budem spievať
You have chant and response system.
a potom vy budete na to odpovedať, opakovať.
Very simple tune you can follow.
Je to veľmi jednoduchý tón, môžete to nasledovať.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
The year 2001,
V roku 2001,
I think it was 2001, correct me if I'm wrong, on September the 11th,
ja myslím, že to bol 2001, nie som si istý, 11. septembra,
you could say quite a historical event took place.
stala sa taká historická udalosť, možno povedať.
Some of you can remember what happened?
Vie niekto, čo sa stalo?
Padli dvojičky.
The twins crashed. The twins, they...
The twins fell down.
Spadli dvojičky.
The Twin Towers came down in America.
Tie dvojičky, dve veže v Amerike.
It was very interesting. That, no, I don't mean that. But what happened? At that day I was in Ireland.
Ja som toho dňa bol v Írsku.
Ireland. Yeah. And I was flying from Dublin to England
A ja som letel z Dublinu do Anglicka
early in the morning.
veľmi skoro ráno.
And because it happened a little later within the time. But when I was going to visit my brother in England,
A ja som išiel navštíviť svojho brata v Anglicku.
and my brother is I guess an agnostic. He doesn't really believe in anything.
A on je agnostik, on v skutočnosti neverí v nič.
And he picked me up at the railway. I caught the train from the airport, and he picked me up at the railway station.
A ja som išiel vlakom z toho letiska a on ma vyzdvihol na stanici.
And took me to his house. He said, the first thing he said, "Have you heard what happened?"
A zobral ma k sebe domov a mi vraví ako prvú vec, vieš, čo sa stalo?
Didn't know what he was talking about
Ja som nevedela, o čom hovorí.
because I'd been on a train and we had no knowledge.
Ja som nevedela, nemal som o tom
So
poznanie.
we got to his house, and he had the television on.
Išli sme do jeho domu a on tam mal zapnutú televíziu.
I thought it was a movie.
A ja som si myslel, že to je film.
Just at that moment, the second tower had been hit and was burning.
A v tom momente tá druhá väža akurát bola ako zasiahnutá a ona bola v plameňu.
One of them we saw on the television, went to the ground.
A jedna z nich už vlastne padala dolu.
And my brother, who, as I say, agnostic, he was agnostic, he really didn't believe in all these things. He said, "Oh my God, that's some karma," he said.
A on bol naozaj ako agnostik, on neveril v nič a v tú chvíľu povedal, o môj Bože, to je nejaká karma.
I thought, no, where? He's saying that, and it's like it's in that knowledge is in us. It's just hidden over. It's obvious.
A ja som si vtedy myslel, že toto poznanie v skutočnosti áno, je v nás, len je také skryté.
Even in science, we learn that, at least from the scientific perspective, every action has a reaction.
Dokonca aj z toho vedeckého uhla pohľadu každá akcia má svoju reakciu.
Every atomic conjunction, every atomic mixture creates a reaction in one sense throughout the whole creation.
Každá nejaké atomické spojenie vytvára nejakú reakciu. Tak to vytvára vlastne celé stvorenie.
From a scientific point of view, there's logic there, there's reason.
Že dokonca aj z toho vedeckého uhlu pohľadu je tam nejaká logika,
You can
nejaký
see it
dôvod.
going on.
Môžeme vidieť, čo sa to deje.
In the Bible, those who have any Christian background or Christian understanding, we see also the same principle is there.
A vidíme aj v Biblii, tí, čo máte vlastne to kresťanské pozadie, tak je tam rovnaký princíp
As
popísaný.
you sow, so you shall reap.
Ako zaseješ, tak budeš žať.
So this word karma, Sanskrit word,
Karma to je sanskritské slovo.
used all over the world now.
A teraz po celom svete je používané.
It has, generally for most people when you say karma, like my brother, he thought karma means, a reaction or some activity, previous activity.
A môj brat si tiež myslel, že karma to je vlastne reakcia za nejakú predchádzajúcu činnosť.
I was in New Zealand maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Ja som
Help it.
A keď vlastne ono ďalej jedná nesprávnym spôsobom, tak vy sa snažíte mu ďalej pomôcť, aby sa zlepšilo.
The Lord is like that. He's always hoping that, that's where our free will comes in. He's always hoping we'll, turn our free will towards Him again.
A Pán takisto on stále dúfa, že my svoju slobodnú voľu obratíme na Neho.
So in that way, like a loving parent, you forgive, but you can forgive someone for doing something wrong on your own account, but what counts is them if you love them.
Takže vy môžete robiť niečo zlé, ale...
If the child, the parent may say, okay son, I forgive you for, punching that person in the face. What does that mean?
Že keď ten...
It's more important that the parent educate the child so they don't punch that person in the face. Somebody can understand the point? No.
Punching, udariť niekoho.
Ale kto koho?
No, že to dieťa niekoho uderilo do obličeja. A my mu odpustíme, ale nechceme, aby snažíme sa vychovať tak, aby už nikoho ďalšie neuderilo.
Že vlastne to dieťa niekomu dalo vlastne do tváre, ho udrelo a ten rodič ako on mu odpustí, ale snaží sa ho aj vychovať, aby vlastne už zase nikoho ďalšieho neudrelo.
We could use, say, for instance, an example.
Napríklad máme taký príklad.
We hear, and it's true, we hear in the Bible, thou shalt not kill.
Napríklad v Biblii my tam vieme, že
Most people can relate to that.
že nemali by sme zabíjať a veľa ľudí sa k tomu
Or you
vie
shouldn't
nejak
commit
vzťahovať.
sin.
Alebo nemali by sme robiť hriechy.
So, which is better? To forgive someone for the sin or to educate them to not sin anymore?
A čo je lepšie? Odpustiť mu hriech človeku alebo ho vzdelať, aby už nerobil ten hriech
Is
znova?
it a greater gift to the child to educate the child so that they don't engage in sinful activities? Or is it better just to let them do it and forgive them for it?
Ale je lepšie to dieťa vzdelať, aby už nerobilo hriešnú činnosť, alebo je lepšie mu len odpustiť?
That you have to ask. You can make your own decision on that.
Takže to
The
sa
point is,
musíte
we
spýtať
consider
vy,
education is more important,
ale to vzdelanie je dôležitejšie.
not just forgiveness. It means that we really want the welfare of that person.
V skutočnosti to odpustenie znamená, že my chceme niečo dobré pre tú
We
osobu.
don't want them to suffer.
My nechceme, aby trpela tá osoba.
But as long as the person is acting in ignorance or acting out of false ego, acting out of lust, greed, and so on, there's inevitably going to be suffering.
A keď niekto jedná v nevedomosti pod vplyvom falošného ega alebo chtíča alebo hnevu, tak to není pre neho dobré, bude trpieť.
As long as we're unnecessarily killing, there will be reaction.
A keď my nevyhnutne vlastne my zabíjame a nie je to nevyhnutné, tak budeme za to trpieť.
8.5 million animals are killed for our sense enjoyment.
Každý deň 8,5 milióna zvierat je zabitých pre náš smyslový požitok.
just for eating.
Len pre jedenie.
2.7 billion fishes.
A 7,5 bilióna rýb.
What do they think about it? I'll tell you an interesting story.
Poviem vám taký zaujímavý príbeh.
I was in a bus in America one time.
Ja som bol v autobuse v Amerike.
And sat next to me was a very interesting gentleman.
A hneď vedľa mňa sedel taký zaujímavý
He had all
gentleman.
these like beads around his neck and around his wrist, and he had kind of, he was definitely of red Indian origin.
A on mal také rôzne gorálky okolo ruky a okolo krku a on určite bol nejaký červený indián v Amerike.
Yeah, not the Indian, yeah, North American Indian.
Ako severoamerický indián.
And so we started talking, and he was a very educated man, very educated.
A my sme sa začali rozprávať, on bol veľmi vzdelaný človek.
He was a professor in the university.
A bol profesor na univerzite.
Professor of North Indian history and whatever like that.
A on bol profesor ako severoindiánskej
So
histórie.
I just asked him a little bit about his philosophy, or their philosophy, their tribe philosophy.
A ja som sa pýtal trošku o filozofii jeho
He was
kmeňa.
from Dakota.
On bol z
Where
Dakoty.
is Dharmatma Prabhu here?
Je tu
What's
Dharmatma
the
Prabhu?
philosophy? What's the tribe in Dakota? Is it the Sioux?
Aký je tam
I think the
kmeň v
Sioux, yeah.
Dakote?
Maybe Cherokee too.
Cherokee or Sioux? One of those tribes. It must be the Sioux, I think.
Sú nejaké
They
kmene
have the
Sioux
totem
alebo
pole.
Cherokee.
Yeah, Sioux. I think it's from the Sioux tribe.
Kmeň
And
Sioux.
he was like the lead. He was like he would have been like the leader of the tribe. He was representing the tribe, the Sioux tribe. You know, he was going to a convention and representing them.
A on reprezentoval, bol takým lídrom toho Sioux kmeňa.
Because they've lost pretty much. They've lost a lot of their culture and so on. But they have these annual conventions. So he was going as like the representative of that tribe.
A samozrejme, oni už vlastne z tej svojej ako tradície veľa vynechali, ale on bol proste takým
I asked him
reprezentantom.
his philosophy, and I said, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Because when I was a kid, I used to really like the Sioux tribe. You know?
Aj keď som bol
I
ako
didn't like the
dieťa,
cowboys. I was always on the Indians.
ja som nemal rád cowboyov, keď som bol dieťa, ja som mal rád ten
Sioux
kmeň
were my
Sioux.
favorite. So I was inquisitive because they eat buffalo. You know?
They eat buffalo. A to bolo, ja som sa pýtal, pretože oni jedia tých buffalo.
I said, you know,
Bivola?
buffalo.
Bivolov.
So I asked him, you know, what they say. He said, well, he said, actually, to tell the truth, our understanding is it's not good to eat.
A on povedal, že v skutočnosti naše pochopenie, že to nie
And
je
then he
dobré
went
to
through the whole
jesť.
thing. He said, we know there's a reaction for that.
My vieme, že je za to reakcia.
We say prayers before we kill a buffalo.
My sa modlíme predtým, ako ho zabijeme, toho bizona.
And said we do that with every creature. We try not to kill anything unnecessary.
My to robíme pri každom ako živočíchovi, my sa nesnažíme zabíjať, ako keď to nie je nevyhnutné.
And he said, we don't know who they are. It might be my grandmother in there. We don't know who it is.
A on vedel, že to možno bola moja stará matka, on vedel.
You believe in reincarnation? He said, yeah.
Ja som sa pýtal, vy veríte v reinkarnáciu? On povedal áno.
Although they're supposed to be uncivilized, they have this kind of, to a large degree, this same understanding.
A oni sú považovaní za necivilizovaných, ale v skutočnosti mali rovnaké
He
pochopenie.
said there's not much to eat out there. At least there wasn't much to eat out there then in those days.
On povedal, že vtedy nebolo čo veľmi jesť v tých dňoch tam.
And then I asked him about, well, you're a professor of history, so what's your understanding of the history of the tribe?
A ja som vravel, ty si profesor histórie, tak aké je tvoje pochopenie histórie
And he
toho
said,
kmeňa?
according to our history, approximately 20,000 years ago,
A on povedal, podľa našej histórie,
we came from India.
my sme prišli pred 20 000 rokmi z
And we
Indie
still follow some of the traditions.
a my stále nasledujeme niektoré
And he
tradície.
said one of them is called the totem pole.
A jedna z nich sa nazýva totem?
Totem.
Totemový stĺp.
That's the name of the pole. They have this column, you know, and on top of it, who's on top?
A majú taký stĺp, a kto je na
Who
vrchu?
do they have on top of the pole? Who's on top?
Kto je na vrchu?
Who knows?
Kto vie?
No, not the bottom.
Nie by som.
Eagle, jaký vták? Eagle.
The eagle.
Eagle.
Eagle. They have an eagle on top. Eagle,
Orel?
the bird, the eagle.
Orel.
You know that? Eagle. They have an eagle on top. And in his own words, he said, this has come from the Garuda Stamba, he said. That was his own words.
A on povedal svojimi slovami, že toto prichádza z Indie, z Garuda Stamby.
In India, they have this column with an eagle on top. It's called Garuda.
Oni majú v Indii taký stĺp s orlom na vrchu a ten sa nazýva
Said
Garuda.
to be the bird carrier of the Lord Krishna himself.
A to je vták, ktorý nosí Pána Krišnu
He
samotného.
knew all these things.
On vedel všetky tieto veci.
Like, all these ancient cultures were linked up. Druids in England, the Greeks, the Egyptians, all these ancient groups, the Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, they're all linked up. They all have something in common, a common understanding of simple truth.
Všetky tie národy, druidi v Anglicku, Inkovia, Grékovia, Egyptiania, vlastne oni, všetky tieto národy, Majovia, majú vlastne spoločný nejaký základ a poznajú tie základné spoločné pravdy.
And they weren't so interested. Now we're interested in technology and material advancement and so many things. We're so cloudy we can hardly think about spiritual knowledge.
A dneska my sa zaoberáme rôznymi takými technickými vecami, ako vylepšiť proste technológiu a proste sme prekrytí všetkými týmito vecami a nemáme ani čas rozmýšľať nad duchovnými vecami.
We're so preoccupied with material advancement.
Sme tak vlastne zaneprázdnení tým materiálnym pokrokom.
Where is it leading?
Ale kam to vedie?
Where is it really benefiting?
A či to vôbec niekomu robí nejaký prospech?
They understood the higher purposes of human life. They understood the higher purposes of
Že
human life.
oni, pravdepodobne ako tie národy, že oni chápali ten vyšší zmysel života.
And,
Ešte niečo?